Jared Gates and Evan Lee. We'll start out with a statement from Coach, and then we'll take questions for the student athletes. Coach?
So when we talk about the second game or all day? It's been a long day for us, great day for our program. I think these kids, they just kept playing now and, just handled the elements. We've dealt with these elements a lot the last month and a half, especially on the road. So, it was just a back and forth ball game and a lot of pitchers used and a lot of clutch hits and big pitches made, and just feel fortunate that we ended up on top.
Questions for the student athletes? We'll go right here in front, or all the way to go to the left first, and we'll come back.
Hey, for Jared and Evan, both, if you could answer this, what was it like being a part of that, and in particular the rally there in the 8th inning?
That was one of the craziest games I've ever been a part of. Seesaw going back and forth. No team is really out of it, so to speak. It was crazy. Like, the fans made it awesome too, just hanging in there 3 in the morning. So it was awesome.
I'd say that it's one of those games that I'll remember for the rest of my life. Just going out there and just grinding a win out, and all the elements that could possibly have happened in any situation that could have happened, and to be able to just execute in timely situations and get the job done was awesome, and something I'll remember for the rest of my life.
Second row, Eric.
For both of you guys, how does your brain function at this? I mean, how do you hold up? How do you keep it together when it's so late?
It's baseball. You just go out there and play. You don't really think about what time it is. Could play again right now if we had to. That's how our bodies work. Mentally, we're tired, but we're not going to stop because it's late or early, I guess. So we just keep going. Like, our season was on the line right there, so can't be tired. It's the last thing we're worried about.
Second row to the right, Kurt.
I guess, Jared, for both of you guys, how did you handle the logistics of the basic stuff today, like the eating and the meal prep and all that kind of stuff, and the rain delay between games? What was all that like for both of you?
I'd say before the game, the first game, I just brought a lot of food, to be honest with you, but right now I'm really hungry. I'm looking for a Whataburger, hamburger, or something. But you don't really think about that in the moment. Like, I just now realized I'm hungry. It's just, you're just amped up and you're just ready to beat those guys, and that's what we did.
Right in front, guys. Nate.
Evan, just asked you about the only guy that hadn't pitched either game. Just kind of what was your thought process going in there, especially knowing you were going to be pitching with a wet baseball?
I just, like any situation, I'm just going to come in and do my job. That's what I'm asked to do. When there was an opportunity to put the dagger in them tonight, and I wasn't going to let that slip past, and I just came out there, executed some pitches, and it just worked out for me.
Front row, Tom.
Jared, for you, looked like Fromson was looking at his hand some and maybe was concerned about his grip. Could you sense that he was a little frustrated, and can you talk about the pitch you got and took out?
I really didn't notice that. I knew he was a change-up curveball guy, and I actually had a hit and run that I was out front and popped up. It was away a little bit, but I was kind of sitting on that changeup again, and sure enough, he hung one up there, and I put a good swing on it. So,
do you guys sense that you weren't here in 15? Well, neither one of y'all were here in 15, but they had a very heated series here in 15 with these guys, and do you just get a sense that there's a pretty good rivalry with them based on what you've been through?
Definitely. Those guys are tough. They're a good team, and we've played some tough games against them in the past, and that shows up. It's definitely fun to play against those guys.
All the way to the left.
For both of you, I wonder what the thoughts were when you come back out at 12:30 and there's still several hundred people in the stands.
Oh, just when you see that as a player, you're kind of just wow. Like, the fans care so much about us and our success that it's just a boost in our energy, wanting to win for those people that stuck around, and then all the people that always support us, and the fact that there were so many, like the quantity of fans there is just unbelievable.
What's the day of emotions been like for you two? Just getting here to the park, having to wait, play, play and delay and then come back? Just what's the range of emotions that you guys have gone through?
It's hard to put that into words, I guess. It's been a long day. We're all tired. Could use some sleep, but like I said, our season was on the line. We had 2 games where we could have gone home, packed it up, but I guess that not really doesn't stress you out, but it takes a lot of energy to play when your season's on the line. A lot of fight.
I'd have to agree. To me, I just took it as any other game. I mean, since I've been playing baseball since I was 6 years old, you just got to go pitch by pitch, play by play, and just execute when called upon. And then when the chips fold, the chips fold. You just kind of just move on to the next. If adversity hits, it's baseball. It happens. You just move on to the next at bat or pitch or whatever situation. And I mean, yeah, it's a regional. It's a little bit more amped up. There's a little bit more at stake, but you just got to take it pitch by pitch, just like you were when you were 6 years old.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Okay, thanks, guys. Questions for Coach Van Horn? We'll start right in front, Coach.
Coach, Keith was not happy with the situation in the bottom of the 8th with what he said was the home plate umpire called for the tarp, and then somehow that didn't happen. What was your perspective on that, and what kind of case did you make to keep the game going?
Well, probably a lot leading up to that, the first delay. And, we've been there all day. We played one game. And, we thought, we could probably just go home and pick this up tomorrow. And if we happen to win it, we can play another one. But people weren't having any part of that, so whatever. We sat around up there and ate what we had left over from the first meal we had. And we're told we were going to start at whatever time it was. And then I think in the top of that inning, it seemed like we had to play defense in the rain. So don't put the tarp on them. We wanted to play, so, and it pretty much stopped. So they fixed the field. I don't think it was a big deal, to be honest with you. By the time the guys brought the wheelbarrows out and started dumping all the cat litter out there, I think it was just about stopped. So whatever, let's play.
Questions? Down in front, Coach.
Dave, I'm guessing you're totally mix and match with the pitching. I mean, what can you even envision who could be popular?
Yeah, it'll probably have to be more of the same tomorrow. Have to recycle some guys and have somebody step it up, and I don't know, we might have to throw a position player. We'll do whatever we got to do.
Just to your left, Nate.
Did Cronin get hurt when he fell?
I don't think he did. I asked him if he was okay, if he was hurt, and he said he just kept getting his spike caught in the. You just kind of had to see it out there. It was a little, they'd filled in the hole from the previous game, and then I guess after the delay they'd filled it back in again, and his spike kept catching in it. But I don't feel like that he got hurt. He told me he didn't.
Back to Kurt, right in front, to the right, Coach.
Now, Dave, I know, you're focused on winning tomorrow, but to get to that point, is this the kind of game that years from now that you can see people talking about, remembering, and just what was the moment like for you?
Yeah, I mean, the day, it wasn't just this game. I've been involved in some crazy games, 17-16, maybe 1-0. I remember we beat Rice on a Saturday in 2012, and when Stanek held them down and kind of got us, obviously we ended up in the Super Regional and winning it. But I've been in a ton of games, but it's just the whole day, and then the delay, winning the first game, being down 3-0, tying it up, taking the lead, winning the game, starting the game, getting off to a great start, and then you could kind of see it slipping away. Then the rain came, and then we came back and we couldn't get them out. We're lining out all over the place, and they're catching us and taking the lead. And it'll be one that I'll never forget it. I mean, I told the players in the outfield I haven't been up this late in years, so this is kind of interesting. So, yeah, I mean, what a day, crazy.
All the way to the left.
Dave, what's the logistics for tomorrow? Have you even thought about it? Like when you get up, I
told them I'll be here before the game starts. About all I told them. No, obviously it's laid out. Game 7, we know what time we're going to have a team meal, and I'm not sure off the top of my head right now. I know what time we take batting practice. I know that we're the home team, and that's probably about all I need to know right now.
Second row, right in front of you, Coach.
Coach, tough situation for a freshman to come into. What was it about him that you knew he could get it done?
Well, you know, he's done it before. We brought him in a crucial conference game, you know, when we were having some problems getting that last out, and he got a couple of flyouts. I'm not even sure who it was against. But you know, he's been thrown into the fire a little bit before, plus he's not scared, and that's probably the main thing. You know, he didn't locate some of those pitches where we wanted them. You know, the last pitch was up. It was supposed to be down and away. It worked out, and you know, he got a swing, obviously. But you know, what I like about Evan is that, you know, he mentally, he doesn't act like he's first-year college kid. He's very mature for his age, and he's into the game. He's not one of those guys when he's not playing. He sit down at the other end or hangs out, and he's right there in the middle towards us. And he's always got that look on his face, like, when are you going to put me in to hit? When are you going to bring me in the game? And you know, coach's kid. He's pretty intense.
Back to your left, Coach.
In the first and second innings of this game, your bats were real hot. I wonder how much of that was a continuation of what happened late against ORU, and then also what was behind the decision to put Jared Gates back in at third base?
Okay, first question is, yeah, I mean, I think we're feeding off the first game a little bit, the excitement of winning. You know, obviously we had to wait about an hour to play again. We got first at bat, and you know, we had seen Austin Knight a couple times last year. He beat us twice in the middle of the week last year, and they hammered us 2 times at our place and their place, and he was the starting pitcher both times. So I'm not surprised that that's who they threw at us. And we just got off a lot of good swings, and we hit a lot of balls hard. Even the ones we didn't hit hard seemed to find holes, and we jumped on them. So you know, that was really good to see. What was the second question? Oh yeah, putting Gates in, you know, I put him in just trying to get some more offense, and there were a couple of times tonight I was real close to pulling him, just try to put a little better runner in there, or, you know, maybe a little more range at third base. But I just kept thinking, you know, the game's too close. We might need him one more at bat. And it paid off. So
You might not get to Gates there if you don't have those 2 freshmen step up on the base paths for you.
Yeah, we put Birch in to run, and he did a really nice job of going from first to third on the base hit. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, and then, you know, Fletch smoked that ball in that hole there, and then, you know, just did a really nice job. It was good to see. You know, it was hard throwing the ball. When the ball rolls through that grass like that, it gets pretty wet. You know, you saw Arledge airmail a couple of balls. We thought he was going to throw guys out, but it just took off. And, you know, it wasn't raining then. It was still wet. So whatever. And, you know, their guy made a bad throw one time that skipped by, but that throw on Birch was a good throw. If somehow he got a nice grip on that and he made a nice throw, it was close. But, you know, that was a big play in the game.
Any more questions? Last one down here.
Can you just describe I don't know if you call it a rivalry or not, whatever's going on with Missouri State from 2 years ago, is it's kind of built over the years? I mean, how fun is this?
I mean, I don't know if I call it a rivalry. I mean, I run into, you know, Keith and, you know, Lumpy out recruiting all the time. We're always at the same ballparks watching the same kids, and, you know, trying to hopefully one of them won't see one that we got hidden or whatever. I mean, we always run into them. I feel like we have a good relationship, and I have a lot of respect for them. I mean, they do a tremendous job of developing players and recruiting. They're always good, and you know, they're very hard to beat. You know, they're just really hard to beat, and I hope they feel the same way about us. But you know, maybe the kids feel like it's a big rivalry. I don't feel that way. I just feel like it's great competition.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Coach.
Okay.